Hey again, everybody. So today I'm not exactly sure what I want to speak on. I mean, I have kind of two metaphors that I want to speak on. The title of the video is Cracks in the Armor. And so the first metaphor that I want to speak on that I kind of think about when I think about this phrase is when it comes to the guard that we have with other people. And it doesn't have to be people, it can be situations or environments or just a new thing in general, and kind of the emotional guard that we put up when we're first facing that thing. And for me, this often looks like silence. My guard is just being quiet, and when I'm not comfortable in a situation, I go silent. And this, isn't always the best guard, because I'm not making my desire clear or my intention clear. So it's hard to, if I'm uncomfortable with a situation and I just go quiet, then of course the other people or other person isn't going to know that I'm uncomfortable, right? And that's not going to fix anything. And so when I am speaking on the cracks in that armor, though, I guess that's what I'm saying, is those weak points that guard, that silent guard, doesn't work. And I'm not making my intent clear. And this is something I'm trying to work on, because I have noticed, just when I'm in a certain social situation or I'm around certain people and I'm not entirely comfortable, I kind of go inside my shell and I'm quieter, and I just kind of wait until it's over, wait for an opportunity to leave, and things like that. So I guess kind of a side note, just when I'm with friends, or when the kind of friends that I'm wanting to have are people that I can have these kind of deeper conversations with. Of course, I do that on this channel because this is kind of my output for these thoughts. But having people that I can speak to in person about these things is quite a bit better. And not that would stop me from making these, because I do enjoy making these. But so anyway, I do have trouble sometimes, though, making it clear that I'm not comfortable, or with the extent that I share. And as I said in my communication video, I did grow up with a speech impediment that comes out still sometimes, and I can get really stuck on things, especially if I have a thought brewing or I start to speak and I'm interrupted. It really triggers it, and then I get physically stuck. I can't get the words out, and it's embarrassing, and I don't really like it. And so that's why my guard is kind of silence, because I'm afraid that when I do speak, it's going to come out wrong, or it's just going to make it more uncomfortable. And so those are kind of the cracks that are in my guard, I could say. And and that definitely means that I would like to take a different approach, and I want to be somebody who is pretty straightforward and clear about my comfortability with certain things. And I think I'm pretty clear with that with uncomfortable situations, but not really when I'm around people that I'm uncomfortable with. And not that I want to just call people out and be rude, but having more confidence to remove myself from a situation where there's a person there that I'm not comfortable with. And so anyway, kind of the other metaphor that I want to speak on when it comes to this is that is kind of the good things of having kind of cracks in your guard, or cracks in the armor. And this is when it comes to trustworthiness and kind of how much that you share with other people. Because everybody has their guard up when they are meeting a new person. And of course, anybody who, when you first meet them, just immediately dumps just a whole lot of stuff on there or onto you, can kind of scare you off and be like, I don't really want, like these aren't my problems. Like it can be very intimidating, and you might not want to speak to that person anymore. And so, kind of knowing the level of comfortability that you have with sharing things. And I'm somebody who I am pretty comfortable with getting to deeper topics within the first couple conversations that I have with a new person. And I mean, the place where I live, and most of the people that I've ever met here, it's kind of difficult to get past a surface level with them, and it's hard to kind of get past those first like get to know you questions, and I find myself asking them the same questions every time that I see them, and so finding the people that I can get past that point and learn more about why they like what they like, how they feel about more personal topics, and being able to have those deeper and more existential conversations with them. And so kind of thinking on this makes me reflect on how much I share, or if I overshare, or if I undershare with certain people. And I mean, it really comes down to how much social skill that you have and being able to read what people are comfortable with speaking on. And you can kind of tell this, whether or not a person quickly changes topics or goes quiet, or whatever it might be, and we all kind of have our own responses to it. But sometimes I feel like, I don't know, I might not be terribly good at reading that, and maybe I overshare on certain topics, or I end up kind of speaking a lot, and it becomes a very one-sided discussion. And so I'm trying to kind of keep that in check with me, but also have more confidence in speaking up when I am uncomfortable, or how I react to those things. And so overall, though, with this metaphorical armor, it really comes down to the personal choice and the personal comfortability that you have with other people and new situations. And I know, at least for me, I can work on that for sure, and work on kind of how I utilize it, and when to have it up, when to have it down, who I'm with, and where I am. And sometimes I think I react in the exact opposite way that I should, in certain situations. And I know it's a pretty common feeling for a lot of people, so I know I'm not alone in that. But trying to avoid those restless nights where you keep replaying the same conversation in your head, and you're like, man, why did I say that, or why didn't I say this? And I have that all the time. And but also I think that can happen also when you have that with yourself, when the internal conversation that you're having with yourself is awkward, or which might not be the correct word for it, but when you have a guard with yourself, kind of, and you're afraid to confront certain feelings or certain emotions, and when you're almost putting that armor on to protect yourself from your own head. And I know I do this, and I'll have stuff that I try to bury and like keep down, that I don't want to confront and I don't want to fully face. And I have feelings now that still come up, and I'm like, why am I thinking about this? Like this is an old feeling, like why is it coming up? And sometimes we can't control those things, and we have to just push through it and find that other side, and remember that the time is going to keep moving. And so this is really a kind of mental check-in for me, because as the stress of finals continues to mount, I have one more week, then I'm done. getting stuck in your head is very easy. And, there's a lot of emotions I think I've neglected to confront, and a lot of experiences that I've neglected to, analyze and learn from. So, yeah. So overall, really, I guess the moral or the point of this is to put a check on, or double check what our reactions are, or how we approach new people and new situations, and kind of the level of cracks, or what we allow into the armor, and how much guard that we put up, and what level of vulnerability that we are comfortable with having. And this isn't something that can just be instantly said or instantly learned. Definitely comes through experience and conversation, and what you feel comfortable with, and the type of people that you're comfortable with sharing those things to. And yeah, so try to surround yourself with people that you do feel comfortable, sharing things with, and allowing that guard to be down a little bit more. But also be very sensitive to the kind of people who you do not want to lower your guard around, because there are people out there who, perhaps have many cracks in their armor too, and will be very quick to, attack any vulnerability that you might have, due to their own. So, something to keep in mind, something to think about. So, that'll be about it. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one.